how do you prepare? How, have you prepared for engaging with the media since you first started having these experiences?
You always have more time than they let you believe. You always have more time. I would never respond off the top of my head. I always go back and do some thought. I can consult with people around me or Google or whatever, try to think it through, and then I get back to them within an hour or so. They always have that much time, I promise you.
He was arguing for the law, which is a legitimate argument, by the way, in this whole fight. And then he wanted to argue for God and Caesar, and he just got all balled up, and just, that was it. Now, I don't think that I did that well on that. I wish I had been much briefer, punchier, and at one point he did make me angry. And you can see on the tape that I kind of go, sort of, what? And then I think, oh, that is so much where I don't want to go, and just pulled back. But the deeper the piece, the less the punishmentalist theology can get to you. The more fragile the piece in yourself, and the more fragile the preparation, the more fragile how you feel about what you're really saying, the easier the punishmentalist has at getting at you.
It was one of the things that I learned importantly about a grassroots movement doesn't need its executive director to speak. It needs somebody from the grassroots to speak. It needs a mom with a baby carriage talking about why nuclear weapons are wrong.
I was just talking to Jerry Hanspicker, and one of the things that he said was about denominational life that's a disappointment for him, is that we never surprise him, that there's never a moment where he's stretched, where we're truly prophetic, where we, both institutionally and from a ministry perspective, surprise him. And for me, that was one of those moments that you sort of go, wow, that encapsulates a lot about what our challenge is. And for someone like Jerry, who is loyal, who does understand, what we're about and what we're trying to do, if we're not surprising him, we're certainly not surprising the average person sitting in the pew.
I am both a lawyer, practiced law for 10 years before going to seminary, and then after seminary became ordained, so I'm an ordained Baptist minister. So yeah, I've tried to meld those two careers or interests and talents into a ministry that I feel good about. I have a rather inductive view about calling that God mostly leaves it up to us based on the ways in which He has gifted us and our experience and our interests, and I think I'm in the right place at the right time.
But this isn't the time to let our guilt or attachment get the better of us. This is the time to cheer on the coming of the kingdom. And the excellent and scary news is there's nothing new under the sun. The church has gone through this before, and we will go through this again, and no amount of us screwing it up will ever change the fact that the love of God isn't going anywhere.
I read recently that the real reason that mountain climbers tie themselves together is to keep the sensible ones from going home. I like that. I understand that, especially in ministry where the temptation to run away is not lost on any of us. But we need each other in this world and in this life. And it has been God's good pleasure to call you to remind us all of that simple, complicated reality. Blessed be the knots, the ties that bind us. Our faith tells us so. It will be difficult, but you are strong.